Welcome to Rai News in English in collaboration with Rai Italia. Today's top stories.
The explosion in Calenzano near Florence has worsened a toll. The bodies of 2 missing individuals have been found, bringing the number of victims to 4. One worker is still unaccounted for as investigations continue to uncover the causes of the accident. Details from our correspondent on the scene, Elisa Dossi. Officially, there are 4 confirmed dead and 1 person still missing, with search efforts ongoing. Firefighters remain at the site and additional rescue resources were brought in earlier this morning. What is certain, as Undersecretary Emanuele Prisco, who visited the site and oversees the fire brigade, emphasized a short while ago, is that this could have been an even greater tragedy. Here's a recap of what happened. 5 tanker trucks were refueling, 2 almost full, while the other 3 had just started. At some point, a witness reportedly saw what appeared to be a liquid leaking out. Upon noticing the realized it was something else. Approaching a nearby building, possibly to raise the alarm, the explosion occurred. The 5 missing individuals are the drivers of the tankers. It's easy to understand how, given the surrounding buildings. If the flames had spread further, they could have reached the fuel towers in the area, leading to an even more catastrophic outcome. This morning, the regional president also visited the site, highlighting the severe risk posed by such a location. The mayor of Calenzano echoed these concerns, stating that future measures will be carefully evaluated, including the potential closure of the facility. As they noted, it's clear that a site like this cannot exist so close to residential areas. Next, on to government. No fines for those who refused COVID vaccinations. That's one of the key measures in the Mille Proroghe decree approved by the Council of Ministers. Meanwhile, an agreement has been reached on significant changes to the budget law, set to be debated in the House next week. Here's Annalisa Salzano with the report. Families, businesses and healthcare are the pillars of Italy's upcoming budget law that will head to Parliament next week. One central provision is the introduction of a reward-based corporate rate tax for companies that hire new employees and invest in innovation. This measure aims to encourage business investments. On taxes and employment, there is consensus on further reducing IRPEF for middle-income earners, but only after stabilizing public finances. Other proposals include raising the flat tax income cap from $30,000 to $35,000 for employees with additional freelance income and a reduced 5% tax rate on overtime for nurses and medical residents. Additionally, the hiring freeze for the law enforcement and local government agencies will be lifted. The cabinet also approved the Mille Proroghe decree, a catch-all mechanism to postpone deadlines and extend existing measures. Notably, fines for individuals refusing COVID-19 vaccines have been annulled. Extended measures include tourism businesses keep using simplified temporary contracts for up to 24 months through 2025. Companies must maintain natural disaster insurance until March 31st, 2024. Grants and tax credits for the tourism sector are available until the end of 2025. Public officials are shielded from liability in financial matters, except in cases of intentional misconduct, with protections lasting until April 30th, 2025. Medical professionals receive unextended legal protections, and Ukrainian citizens can renew residence permits through March 2026. Next on to politics. Without international law, peace remains an illusion, writes the heads of state. In the occasion of International Human Rights Day, President Sergio Mattarella highlights that human rights continue to be threatened and violated in many parts of the world, pointing to violence against women and children, especially in conflict zones. In a global context marked by crisis, we must reaffirm the need to protect the rights of every individual in every circumstance. Mattarella emphasized, noting that in some countries, even the basic right to vote is being denied. Next, shocking footage captured by Car's camera shows the assault on a taxi driver in Bari, southern Italy. 2 individuals boarded the vehicle and repeatedly stabbed the driver in an attempt to rob him. Police have arrested a man and a woman aged 30 and 31, both from Bari, with a prior criminal records, on charge of attempted aggravated robbery and causing bodily harm in collaboration. The taxi driver recounted the terrifying moments when he feared for his life and suffered injuries requiring over 120 stitches. And now, next, on to cinema. Vermiglio is nominated for the Golden Globes. The film by Maura Del Pero, which already won the Silver Lion in Venice, Leone d'Argento, is representing Italy in the race for the Oscars. Here's the report by Paola Balzarro. A wonderful piece of news in itself because it is such a prestigious nomination, very closely followed, and it's amazing to see our little slice of rural Trentino under the spotlight of international cinematography.
La cinematografia internazionale.
Mi non mi piace nascondere, 12 certoni.
A full Italian story set during World War II in a small mountain village which had already captivated the jury in Venice with the love story blossoming between a Sicilian soldier and Lucia, a young girl. This is Vermiglio, a film by Maura Del Pero, now competing against 5 other international films. Among them, the multi-nominated Emilia Perez by French director Jacques Audiard, which has already swept awards at the European Film Awards. Alongside Emilia Perez, Anora is also in contention for Best Comedy, competing with Challengers by Luca Guadagnino, an English-language film co-produced with the United States. The Golden Globes Award ceremony will take place at the Beverly Hilton Hotel on January 5th at 2 a.m. Italian time, the following night in Italy.
Fra il 5 e il 6 gennaio al Beverly Hilton Hotel di Los Angeles.
Now let's turn to sports to conclude. In last night's Serie A match, Monza fell at home to Udinese 2-1. Tonight, the Champions League returns featuring Atalanta versus Real Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen versus Inter. Here's more from Alessandro Pirozzi. A galactic goddess meets Galacticos in Bergamo. The stage is set for a thrilling showdown as Atalanta takes on Real Madrid, led by Mbappe, Vinicius and Bellingham. The match promises a spectacle. Riding high as Serie A leaders with 9 consecutive wins, Bergamo currently sits 5th in their Champions League group, with utmost respect for Carlo Ancelotti's formidable team. We need to block out all the noise that doesn't concern us and focus on the fact that we are up against a top-tier team. We must take the necessary precautions when facing opponents of this caliber. Inter Milan travels to Germany to face Bayer Leverkusen, hunting for their 5th straight victory in Europe. Simone Inzaghi's men are 2nd in their group with 13 points. While direct qualification for the round of 16 isn't guaranteed yet, they're edging closer.
A 17 punti.
At 17 points, you're almost there. At 18, you're definitely through. With 3 matches left, we need to give it everything we've got.
Quindi dovremo cercare di fare il massimo.
However, with Pavard, Acerbi and Dumfries all unavailable, a significant gap is created in the only defensive unit still unbeaten in this year's Conference League. This is all for today. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same channel. Catch up at www.rainews.it.